An oil tycoon's surprising shift to green power. Next on livinggreenchannel.com. Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth Chambers and you're watching livinggreenchannel.com, your video source for living an eco-friendly lifestyle. Billionaire oil baron Boone Pickens is going green. Pickens has become a staunch critic of America's reliance on foreign oil and recently described it as the, quote, single biggest problem facing America today. Pickens, who became one of the richest men in the world through the oil trade, recently unveiled a radical new plan that could potentially reduce American reliance on foreign oil by as much as 1/3 and finally tip domestic energy production towards renewable natural resources. The Pickens Plan calls for investment in domestic renewable resources with a strong emphasis on wind power and the use of natural gas instead of oil as transportation fuel. According to the very ambitious plan, if private industry built enough wind turbines along America's wind corridor, which stretches from southern Texas to the Canadian border, they could generate 22% of the country's electricity. Wind energy would replace the energy generated by natural gas, which could then be used as transportation fuel. According to the Pickens Plan, this could reduce American consumption of foreign oil by as much as 38% a year. And Pickens is putting his money where his mouth is. His company, Mesa Power, is making a $2 billion initial investment in what will eventually become the world's largest wind farm in Pampa, Texas. Pickens is betting that other companies will make similar investments in wind and other alternate power sources. Thousands of wind turbines throughout the wind corridor are needed to make the plan come true. And if the Pickens Plan materializes, it will do more than just slow down foreign oil consumption. It will have a hugely significant impact on the environment. Wind power is clean, and the turbines will replace 22% of the natural gas plants that emit harmful CO2 into the atmosphere. And cars will run cleaner as well if all goes according to plan, because vehicles running on natural gas burn about 25% less CO2 than those running on oil. There has been some criticism of the plan, with environmental groups noting that the power generated by the wind turbines must be carried by a series of unsightly new transmission lines running through the countryside, which would be paid for by public funds. And other critics have pointed out that natural gas is not a renewable resource, which means that relying on it would eventually put us in the same boat that relying on oil got us into in the first place. But Pickens stated that the natural gas burning vehicles would be a transition before the next, even more efficient car technology is released in the coming decades. Pickens said he will spend $58 million promoting the plan through a mix of old and new media, and he believes the ideas could be implemented within 10 years if Congress and the White House treat the current energy crisis as, quote, national emergency and take immediate action. You can learn more about the Pickens Plan at www.pickensplan.com. I'm Elizabeth Chambers for livinggreenchannel.com with your eco-friendly update.